Is this the Invictus Victory? Find out right after this. Stay tuned. Again, guys, I'm wondering, is this the new Invictus Victory? Yes, it's the Invictus Parfum, and we already have the Invictus Victory as well as the Victory Elixir. But, I mean, I think this might be the king of all Invictus fragrances, to be honest, which is why I'm asking, is this the new Victor? Because I think this smells amazing. This is a fragrance that I got as a gift whenever I was leaving Florida. I know I'm talking about Florida quite a bit, but Florida holds a special place when it comes to me and my family, if you haven't noticed. This was bought for me as a parting gift whenever I was leaving Florida, because my family knows who I was visiting down in Florida. They know that I am into fragrances. I mean, if it's not obvious at this point, but they let me pick out whatever fragrance I wanted at Ulta, and this is the fragrance that I picked out. I tried different fragrances. I tried the Givenchy Reserve, and I think the Givenchy Society, and yes, those smell like some great fragrances that I will like to have eventually within my collection, but I feel like I could put those on the back burner because it's not yet fall or winter. So I figured that, you know what, let me grab a summer fragrance while it's still summer, and this is what I pretty much ended up with because it does smell good. While I was spraying the fragrances, side note, it's crazy that they have to lock these fragrances up because there's been so many stealings from the stores that they have to resort to doing stuff like that, which is crazy because people like me like to go to those stores and spray them and try them to see if it's going to be something that I can spend my money on. I sprayed this, and the woman who was, hanging out with me, who worked there, whenever she came back and she smelled this in the air, she was almost taken aback, like, oh, that smells really good. And I was like, I agree, right? So that's why I really picked this fragrance, because this is one of the ones that really, perked up my fragrance intent. I'm like, ooh, I want that one, because I am a fan of Invictus, okay? This is my fourth Invictus bottle. I have the Aqua 2018, and I have the Invictus Legend, and I also had the Elixir, the Victory Elixir as well. And I don't have the original Elixir, I don't have the 2016 Aqua, or the original Invictus, or the Platinum, or the Onyx. But these are the ones that I feel like if you're going to pick any of the Invictus, these are the ones that you should have within your collection, in my opinion. This fragrance is something else. Even though it's a parfum, it doesn't wear heavy like the Legend does. The Legend is a fragrance that you can basically get away with all year, no matter the weather, whether it's extremely cold, whether it's, I'm gonna say, maybe extremely hot, maybe one or two sprays you can get away with wearing with Legend. But the spring, the fall, what have you, this fragrance will cover that. But this definitely spring, summer, fall, maybe winter, I'm not sure, because the aquatic nature of this fragrance definitely leans more towards summer in my opinion. But that said, this is a great fragrance, man. It does have some nice, interesting notes in here. Very aquatic. Another fragrance that I would have taken to the beach with me to wear during the time that I was spending during the beach, or just really out and about while visiting down in Florida. And that's what I've been doing while I've been here. It's just wearing it out and about. I've also been wearing it to work. I get compliments on this fragrance. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the notes as well as the accords of this fragrance. So starting off with the accords of Paco Rabanne Invictus Parfum, we have aromatic, musky, marine accords up top, and in the midst we got some soapy, powdery, woody, as well as lavender accords, and in the base we have some aquatic, ozonic, salty accords. This is a summer freshie, alright? Again, it doesn't wear heavy, and it could borderline fill up a room depending on how much you spray, but this is not going to be an overwhelming or cloying fragrance. It's definitely going to last quite a while. I would say at the very least it has a longevity of 7 to 8 hours. As far as the projection, I would say it's well beyond arm's length, and depending on where you spray it, if you don't overflood your olfactory senses like your nose and stuff like that, if you don't spray it under your neck or on your chest, I spray it on the back of my neck and the folds of my arms as well as my wrist, and I spray it on the back of my shirt, and I'm able able to smell it all day because it's not overwhelming my senses. All right, so I think y'all should try those spraying points out to see if that works best for you, so that you can pick your fragrance up a little bit more throughout the day. So then you wouldn't feel like I'm not picking up my fragrance, there's something wrong with me, these fragrances don't last X, Y, and Z. All right, but with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the notes of this fragrance. Top notes are marine notes, lavender, pink pepper. Mid notes, we got some soap. So you do have some soapiness going on. I did pick that up before I even looked at the notes. I was like, it has a really nice, fresh, clean, mature soapiness accord going on with this fragrance. And so again, it does have soap. I think it's black soap if I'm not mistaken. Violet leaf, myrtle. It has musk, cashmere, as well as sandalwood in the base. So it's going to be musky, it's going to be a little bit warm and soft, and it's going to be creamy and woody in the base. All right, it's going to have a nice little warm feeling in the base when you get down to that muskiness. Okay, we still have August, we still have September that you can wear this fragrance in, and you might be able to get away with it during the fall time, depending on if it's still warm enough to wear this fragrance. All right, honestly, I do recommend this fragrance if you're in the market for any type of summer aquatics or any Invictus fragrance. I think this should be placed up at the top of all Invictus fragrances. And yes, I know we have the Invictus Aqua, the 2024 version coming out, I think, which we got like maybe a month and a half of summer left, so hopefully that comes out soon so I can test it, and I will give a review of my thoughts on that fragrance. That's it. You want this? I will leave a link in the description, and maybe you can wait till later this year to when it goes on discount or something like that, because it might be discounted maybe sometime when fall and winter starts to roll around. Okay, this is a great pickup, and I do appreciate the family for gifting me this fragrance. And honestly, I think maybe not worth $140 that they paid for this fragrance. I would say $120 price range. I would definitely pay $120 for this fragrance. And I think that, maybe try sampling this fragrance before you buy it, or at least go to Sephora or Ulta where they have this fragrance where you can spray it on your wrist and try it to see what you think about this fragrance. Okay. And last but not least, let's go over the aesthetics of this fragrance. We got a nice deep blue gradation effect going on from the top going down to the bottom, and it's almost carved out like a crystal or stone, more so than these fragrances here. All right, this have like a more rounded bottom than it does for the Parfum. All right, so you have more lines and carved and edges and whatnot. And also on the top, you have like the R. Sorry, my camera isn't focusing right now. Maybe right there. And you don't have that on the other fragrances. It's just bare on the button that you press, the atomizer. But you do have the Invictus on right here, as well as on here. And you also have like the gold top with the handles for this fragrance, unlike any other fragrance. All right, some of them have like the black tops and whatnot, but this one just aesthetically looks the best to me. All right, and it honestly so far smells the best to me. Okay, so yeah, I would say this is a great fragrance for the summertime, and if you're looking for something for the fall and winter, Invictus also has you covered with the Victory fragrances. All right, you got the original Victory, and you also have the Elixir, which I have the Elixir, and I honestly stand behind that fragrance, and I will recommend that fragrance as well. So with that being said, have you all tried the Invictus Parfum, and where do you rank this fragrance in your opinion? Is it one of the top 3, top 5, bottom 3, bottom 5, what have you? Because Invictus has at least probably like going on 10 fragrances within that line at this point. Okay, so let me know in the comments what you think about this fragrance, if you tried it, or if you're interested in trying it, or if you're interested in the new Aqua coming out, and if you have any of the Aquas, whether the 2018 or the 2016, let me know which one is your favorite and what you're interested in as far as the Invictus line, and which one is your favorite there. Y'all know what to do. Make sure to hit that like button if you like this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Okay, and share this video to your friends if they like fragrance videos, or if you think somebody might be interested in different fragrances and whatnot. Just share this video if you can for me, and make sure to leave a comment. Okay, and with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. All right, peace.